Well, you guessed it. Today we're going to tackle pork belly burnt ends. 11 pounds, pork belly. Let's get started. All right, pork belly burnt ends. I start off with 11-pound pork belly I bought from Costco. I buy a lot of my meats from Costco. They're good, and it's quality stuff. Really have no complaints. Anyway, so I cubed this up, probably about inch to inch and a half cubes. I wish my knife was a little bit sharper. When it comes to this stuff, I actually did buy some brand new knives, so I shouldn't have that issue in the future. I could sharpen them, I guess, but I'm just too lazy. Anyway, so you cube this up, inch and a half cubes. That's probably the most time process, hands-on process, not the actual smoking time takes several hours, obviously. So let's go into a little backstory while we're cutting up all this pork belly. I kind of borrowed a few different recipes and just kind of compiled them all together. I'm not really good with actually using measuring cups and stuff like that. I do most of my stuff by look and by feel. So when I get to the brown sugar, honey, and all that stuff for this cook, I didn't use any actual measuring cups. I just did it all by eyesight. Now, if you have to use measuring cups, I'm sure I use probably about a cup and a half, 2 cups of brown sugar, a whole stick of butter, I know that, and just enough honey to make it look right. So after I cube up the pork belly, I'm going to stick it here in this metal pan, and I'm going to make sure they're all separate pieces and they're not hooked and conjoined together. And then I'm going to season it all. And the seasoning I prefer, is Cavender's. If you've never heard of Cavender seasoning, it's a Greek seasoning and it's very good. It's a popular season down here in Texas because one of the owners of this Cavender's owns, or his brother akin to the Cavender's, it's a boot and western store. Season it well. Do not be scared of seasoning. You're going to want to make sure that it is completely covered. After I get done seasoning this, now obviously you don't see the portion of the cook, but I put it in the smoker uncovered for several hours. I think it was 4.5 to 5 hours in the smoker uncovered. And it's going to sit right at 275, okay? The second it gets for 4 or 5 hours, I bring it out. Here we are. This is our halfway done mark right here. I'm going to check the temperature on one of them to kind of see where I should be at, or see where I'm at, and it should be right around 185, 180. Depends on how thick the meat is and how long it's been in the smoker and what temp you guys were cooking at. So I use my 12-year-old thermo pin right here, and it's at 185, 186. Great. That's exactly where I want it. Now comes the fun part. Here we go. Brown sugar. I'm going to cover the entire pan with brown sugar. And then I'm going to put 1 stick of butter, Kerrygold butter, stick it in there. It doesn't really matter where you put it because we're about to toss it all anyway. And honey. Lots and lots of honey. Again, I drizzle and cover the entire thing with honey. This is not health food, okay? It's not meant to be health food. It's not meant to be something you use for your diet, okay? Let's just say that right now. It's pretty much candied meat. After I get the entire thing covered, I'm gonna toss it around and make sure it encompasses the entire thing. Every piece gets touched, and I'm gonna cover it with foil. And I want to stick it back in the smoker at the same temperature it was cooking at before. I usually cook everything around 250 to 275. Back on the smoker it goes, and then a little movie magic, it comes right back. There we go. This is another 2 hours have passed, and here is pretty much our finished product. It's nice and sticky, tasty, sugary, savory, all of it. You're going to wow people with this side dish. I'm telling you right now. I wouldn't eat it as a meal because it is very sweet, but as far as like a little appetizer or a little side for everybody to snack on, no, you can't beat it. My last finishing touch is I like a vinegar-based barbecue sauce. I'm going to kind of drizzle it on there just a little bit, toss it around, and that's what I do. Serve and enjoy. The longer it sits, the thicker that sauce that you made with these pork belly burnt ends is going to thicken up. So have at it and keep cooking.